Burj Khalifa, 828 meters. Burj Khalifa, which used to be called the Burj Dubai, is the tallest building in the world. No other building is taller than 828,000 millimeters tall. There's a swimming pool on the 76th floor. Vatican City, 800 meters. It's the smallest country. It, although very small, is larger than you are. If you were to stretch your flesh over Vatican City, so that it was spread evenly, not only would you die, but also the coating would be about 200 nanometers thick, which is less than even a single skin cell. Or about how much I'm gonna stretch you out if you were gonna stigmatize me for the last time. Angel Falls, 980 meters. Angel Falls is the tallest waterfall in the world. It is Venezuela's top tourist attraction. Most of the water evaporates into mist before hitting the ground. That's too bad. Or is it good? It's good. Ah, ah. Boeing Everett Factory. 1 kilometer. The Boeing Everett Factory, with 13 million cubic meters of usable space, is one of the largest buildings in the world. The Great Wall of China, Guac, and the Three Gorges Dam, Tugadup, do not qualify as buildings. You can scroll by zero point 0.1 meters and never get a single difference. How's that? Central Park, 4 kilometers. Central Park, which is New York City, is the most visited urban park in the United States. Did you know that 129 people actually live in Central Park? That's pretty cool. Uluru, 3 kilometers. Uluru, which is also known as Ares Rock, is a rock. It is at 348 meters tall. It is shorter than many buildings. However, it is 3 kilometers in length, making it longer than all buildings. Cruthini, 5 kilometers. Cruthini is known as Earth's second moon. It actually isn't Earth's moon, it's actually a Earth's quasi-satellite. It follows an elliptical orbit near the sun that is near Earth's orbit, and its year is 364 days, close to Earth's year. Palm Jebel Ali, 8 kilometers. Palm Jebel Ali is the largest man-made island, not including islands like Flevopolder, where a region of the Netherlands was drained so there could be more land. Palm Jebel Ali is not complete. It is part of the Palm Islands and is planned to house 250,000 people. Oh, and only Palm Jumeirah was finished. Palm Deira was unsuccessful because it couldn't be completed. Its name was changed to Deira Islets. Large Hadron Collider, 8.6 kilometers. The Large Hadron Collider, LHC, is the world's largest and highest energy particle accelerator. It smashes protons into protons and studies some of the tiniest things in the universe, quarks and leptons, and even the Higgs boson. Deimos, 13 kilometers. Deimos was the smallest known moon in the solar system for almost 100 years. You could walk around it in a day. Of course, you'd have to wear a spacesuit to survive in the vacuum of space. I don't think you could walk as fast in a spacesuit, though. But now the smallest moon in the solar system is S/2009 S1. Previously, it was Aegeon, a moon of Saturn. Both are moons of Saturn. Depth of the Mariana Trench, 10.9 kilometers. The Mariana Trench is a pretty deep trench. It is in the Pacific Ocean. Did you know that this lovely trench has been proposed as a site for dumping nuclear waste? That is a deep and bad topic, really. Mount Everest, 8.8 kilometers. Mount Everest is the highest mountain on Earth. At 8,848 meters, it is constantly growing like children do. Not many people can climb it without using an oxygen tank. Unfortunately, here's a sad fact. It's the youngest mountain because all the older mountains are much shorter because of what's called erosion, cutting the top of the mountain, cutting off the peak of the mountain apart. And Mount Everest will suffer this too. Halley's Comet, 11 kilometers. The actual size of Halley's Comet is quite small. The tail that it forms can be millions of kilometers in length. Halley's Comet loses 10% of its mass for every 1,000 orbits, and that is the size of its nucleus. Or in other words, the true solid part. Phobos, 23 kilometers. Phobos is the larger of the two Martian moons. Still, it's quite small. Did you know that if you were standing on Phobos, its gravity would be so weak that if you jump, you would never come back down. Marathon, 42.2 kilometers. A marathon is 42.2 kilometers or 26.2 miles. About 1,000 of Americans have run a marathon. According to legend, after Greek victory in the Battle of Marathon, Pheidippides was sent to Athens to tell the news. The distance was a marathon. Now we are getting into space. Neutron star, 24 kilometers. Neutron stars are made of tightly packed neutrons. As a result, they are extremely dense. 1 milliliter of neutron star material weighs 1 billion kilograms. Nix, 35 kilometers. Nix is the smallest known moon of Pluto. Or is it? It's actually Styx. Its name is the second shortest name of a moon, the shortest being Io. The name comes from the primordial god Nux or Nox, who was night. Yes, night. Rhode Island, 75 kilometers. Rhode Island is the smallest state in U.S.A. However, it could still fit the world population on it. Did you know that Rhode Island has the longest official state name? The state of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. Dysnomia, 140 kilometers. Dysnomia is Eris' only moon and was discovered on September 10th, 2005, which was a Saturday. Also, did you know that dysnomia also refers to a law conflict? So, Eris and dysnomia are actually named after bad. Brunei, 120 kilometers. Brunei is a country in Southeast Asia. It is surrounded completely by Malaysia and the South China Sea. Roughly 450,000 people live in this country. They drive on the left side of the road. Rwanda, 240 kilometers. Rwanda is a country in eastern Central Africa and is known as the land of 1,000 hills. Did you know that Rwanda, as a country, ranks 144th in land and area? This means there are only 143 countries bigger than it. West Virginia, 400 kilometers. West Virginia used to be part of Virginia. They split in 1863 because of the Civil War. Now, West Virginia is still a state. A lot of glass marbles are made in West Virginia. Hydra, 400 kilometers. Hydra is one of Pluto's moons and the biggest of Pluto's irregular moons, true moons. It's named after the seven-headed serpent from Greek mythology. Of course, Hydra will grow two heads if you cut one off. If you want Hydra to have n heads, all you have to do is cut n minus 7 heads. However, this will not work if you want less than 7. 6 minus 7 equals -1. The Grand Canyon, 450 kilometers. The Grand Canyon is one of the largest canyons on Earth. It was carved by the Colorado River. All that carving took around 17 million years. The layers of rock were exposed. Rock, the layers of rock exposed were even older, some as old as 1.8 billion years old. Oh. Ceres, 950 kilometers. Ceres is not a very good place for humans to live. Ceres is also the largest asteroid and began the debate over the definition of planet. For a time, Ceres was considered a planet, but then it wasn't. Then it later became promoted to a dwarf planet. Texas, 1,200 kilometers. Texas is the only state to have the same rank in both population and land area, which is second. If Puerto Rico were to be counted, Mississippi would rank in 32nd in both categories. But it's not because Puerto Rico is not a but it's not because Puerto Rico is not a state and Puerto Rico is not a country.